this is from Happy Punch. They said that the Conor McGregor versus Logan Paul is going to be in April this year, and also the UFC is like heavily involved in.
They'd have to be. Yeah, it's the Conor McGregor business. He ain't doing anything without the UFC. The UFC is reportedly involved in deep negotiations with Conor McGregor and Logan Paul for exhibition targeted for April. Yeah, cool. Take my money. Yeah, it's this exact same deal, and they would never do this to anybody else. But it's the exact same deal they did with Showtime when Conor fought Floyd. Yeah, if Conor's going to do it, the UFC's like, that's good business for us. And it's a win-win for the UFC. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So all those allegations blow over. You have this huge fight. We're going to get paid. We don't have to do all the heavy lifting. It's this massive payday. We get whatever it is, 20%. And then it just adds value to you. And then you still have to fight for us. Do your thing, daddy. That's what's going on. It's brilliant by the UFC. And this is the big news Dana has. What could outdo this? Remember when he was like, I got some huge news. And I was like, dude, if it's going to blow me, you can't announce Poirier versus Charles Oliveira. No, like, you got to blow me, dude. This, as far as like shock factor, this would do it.
What if Conor, like, even though it's an exhibition, if he lost, because they might even do like, whatever, draw, whatever, but you would know if he lost the fight if you're an audience member, right? So if he lost,
if he gets starched, it's gonna, I mean, destroy his brand. After all these allegations, hasn't fought forever, hasn't won in a hot fucking second, then finally comes back, and let's say he looks bad, like out of shape, movements off. People are like, what the fuck? I paid for this, and he gets starched by Logan Paul, a guy who's, doing all this other stuff, and he gets starched. That would be worst case scenario if you're A, a UFC fan, and B, a Conor McGregor fan. Then it's like, oh, dude. And you expect us to pay to watch him fight like a Dan Hooker or insert Patty Pimblett? No, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's over. That would be over. Chance of that happening, not good. I think you get middle of the road. Yeah, he looked all right. Yeah, it was worth buying. Yeah, all right. And it allows all this darkness that he's been going through to blow over. That's all this is. That's all this is. And they both make more money than God. That's all this is. It's going to be like, oh, damn, that was cool. Love to see him fight again. That's what it is. It's brilliant by Conor, brilliant by the UFC. I listen to all the, podcasts. I would stay up with the news, with the recent terrorist attacks, right? You had that one in New Orleans, which that guy's a legit terrorist, ISIS ties, right? Or influenced by ISIS, just a real McDumbass. Killed 14 people, injured others in New Orleans. Now I have a buddy who works on the anti-terrorism team. And he's like, yeah, a lot more of this can be happening this year. Be smart, like, because of the open borders, there's a ton we can't track, blah, 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 right? So my anxiety's through the roof, and then this stuff's happening, and then two happened the same day, and we thought the original Tesla one, the Cybertruck at the Trump Tower, I thought they were connected. I thought that was just a guy that had a botched car bomb and was supposed to blow up the Trump Tower and just didn't get it done because he's a McDumbass. But turns out that guy wasn't that. That they're both, military vets, which is the connection, both Fort Bragg. And then, what's his name? Sean
Ryan?
Sean Ryan had an intelligence guy on his show who was like, yeah, I got this email from the Tesla bomber. And so I was like, oh, shit. So I'm listening to it. This gave me anxiety because then when I'm at Monster Jam, all I can think about is a terrorist attack, right? They win. So I can't relax. I'm just like this, right? And I'm like, would they blow up a Monster Jam? It's not that packed in here. There's probably better ways to do it. But I'm like, or would they do it because it's kind of chill around here, It's kind of lax, It's monster trucks driving up, in and out. But again, it's not packed. If you're going to do it, you want the most casualty. So maybe Monster Jam's the move because about 80% capacity. So I'm going through all this as I'm eating fucking hot dogs, right? And my kids are like ramming their new toys. I got them into each other, ruining them. So I'm going through all that. And then, but on the way there, I was listening to that Sean Ryan episode. I'm listening to the guy, and he's a communication. He's high up. I guess he gets a lot of intel, right? He's like, yeah, this guy sent me the email. So at the time, I'm just taking for it at face what it is. I'm like, holy shit, this guy emailed him, and he's going through why he did it, why he picked the Tesla truck. And then as I'm thinking, I'm going, hold up. You're telling me this guy was a former maybe special forces, what, Green Beret or something like that?
2 different categories. I think I have it here somewhere.
What would you say special forces? Because
Yeah.
we don't have a background in any of that, so I don't want to offend anybody. But so special forces guy, and he's paranoid that he's being tracked. And then he picks the most trackable vehicle of all time to do this mission. That's weird, right? Like he's paranoid from being tracked. He's saying about the China submarines launching those drones and how they have us in checkmate. He's obviously paranoid, right? And he's like, I'm being tracked. I'd be careful. He's using Signal and doing all this stuff to cover his tracks. And so clearly he's a competent dude. And then you rent a Tesla Cybertruck. They're going to be a more, like, it's well documented. I hate these fucking things, but still, there couldn't be a more trackable car ever made. So it doesn't make sense. I heard he was frustrated because he drove from Colorado to Vegas. He had to like charge the thing like 8 times. So that probably made his aggression out through the roof, you know? So and then I'm like, is this guy stealing? And so then when I get home, kids go to bed, right? Me and wife, we watch our shows, Landman and with a new Dexter, and watch one episode of From, right? And she's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm exhausted. But I had to look more into it. And then you look into it. And as I was listening to the episode, so I couldn't see it. Then when you see it, he's like, here's the actual letter he sent. In my head, I'm like, why is there spell check on an email? That's weird, right? Like if I send you an email, Chin, there's not going to be spell check on it. Even if there's spelling errors, even if there's grammar issues, if I'm writing it myself while it's on my screen or even on my phone, there's going to be spell check errors. But if I send the email, you don't receive an email that highlights the errors. The email that they showed had spell check errors all over it. So my thing was, did homeboy write this and pretend he got it? I don't know. This is out of my wheelhouse. Not so why would the guy do that, you know? So it's like, but if I send you an email with just horrible grammar, spelling issues, you get the email as it is. Your computer's not going to be like, dude, check out this dumbass spelling errors. It's not going to highlight red and do all these spelling errors. So when you look at the video, he's like, here's the actual email I got. It's literally grammar issues up the ass and it's highlighted red and this and this. Isn't that weird?
It's weird, but if I'd have to see it, but if he were to copy and paste it, like copy the email, paste it into a Word doc or even an email draft, then
it would do that.
Then it
right?
would do that. Yeah. So
I don't think he did that. Yeah, you'd have to see it. But I think he's like, here's the exact email I got, and it shows his email address and all that. So clearly, you know. But yeah, I guess he could have copied, right, and then just plastered on there. Because it sounds like this guy, obviously competent. If he wanted to do damage, he could have. And then there's like fireworks going off in the truck too. So he's competent to do this stuff and create some damage. But it said he was just trying to bring attention to what's going on, you know, with the drones and China and all that stuff. And then with Sean Ryan, again, they didn't have this information. He was saying this guy might still be alive, and he put in a body in there, so when it burns, you can't tell. And then they check the DNA of the body that they used, and it doesn't match his son's. So I was like, okay.
Perfect timing.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, that's strange. It doesn't match the DNA to his son's, right? And then also they said he used a Desert Eagle, which is, you know, the most powerful handgun you can use to blow his head off. And they're like, the guy's not moving or what. When he pulls up, he chose a cyber Tesla truck because it's self-driving. So they're thinking he put a body in there before and then had it drive up and then blow up. But then they probably didn't have this information. But then they show right before the bomb, like a head moving. So that doesn't fit the narrative there. It's all strange. And it happened the same day that moron, the actual terrorist in New Orleans, did it. It's like back to back, same day. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. They both went to Fort Bragg, which, listen, Fort Bragg, you're talking about they have 60,000 people come through there. Like it's a very popular spot. It's all strange though. What do you think, Jim?
Zoom in Sam Tripoli real quick?
Ooh, probably not. That'll stress me out even more. This could have been connected to PTSD. Many people have that. Yeah, maybe.
The military, it's pretty prevalent.
He said it was often a struggle for people to accept they need help. I think it can be a culture. I know when I'm told I need to see someone, I can't resist. He added, this is from the guy who blew himself up?
I don't know. A 24-year
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, or does he have PTSD and he's just super paranoid? He thinks everyone's following him and there's these drones in China and I'm going to bring attention to it by not, because if he wanted to hurt people, he has the skill set to do that. So clearly he didn't want to hurt people. The only thing he hurt was that Tesla truck.
You posted something about the Tesla being able to withstand that blast too?
Yeah. But then a lot of people reached out and were like, it's still not, like he could have done any truck and that would have happened because the truck bed and the way it's built with sunroofs, like it's not really because those Tesla trucks actually built really poorly. Like I can go up to and grab the fender and pull it right off. They're really poorly built. Horrible on off-roading. You got to charge it all the time. But they look cool. Yeah, they're gay. Yeah, it's all interesting.
Have you seen them wrapped though?
A Tesla wrap?
Yeah, the truck. Like
freestyle?
Matte black.
Like freestyle? Yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen them all. You can wrap a turd, it's still a turd, dude. I'm actually helping Jeff Dye wrap his. He's doing it pearl white and went, whoa, whoa, whoa. Trying to make this thing gayer.
What is he driving?
He got a Tesla truck.
Oh, shit.
All my close friends drive Tesla. That's what's so frustrating. Yeah. All my best friends. Rogan, Callan, Jeff Dye, Theo.
I mean, come on. I saw this in my parking garage, the wrap with the black matte. I was like, or matte black. I was like,
I want dick.
I didn't
You were like, oh man, I want some dick.
I was like surprised because I don't like the actual silver or stainless steel cup like look.
I think it's the best thing about it, the stainless steel look.
Really?
I don't like people want to wrap it. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm sure when we do Fire and the Kid, Brian. It's just tough to talk with Brian. His dad was in the CIA, right? And he's always like, guys are just, I think it's just one lone crazy man. You're like, okay, well, there's nothing to go with then on this. Maybe. Or yeah, maybe just freak the fuck out. Found out his wife was cheating on him. The kid's not his. That's why the DNA doesn't connect. And just freak the fuck out. That's what happened to the fucking homeboy, the actual terrorist in New Orleans.
I think Casey has a good idea. We should probably have Sam call in just on the phone just to see his thoughts. Or
maybe on Fire and the Kid.
Yeah, on Fire and the Kid. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fire and the Kid.
Yeah, maybe. But again, you need somewhere in the middle. You need somebody in the middle, which I kind of am. But I'm not knowledgeable enough. I got to do more research. But you need somebody. If Brian Callen's over here and he's a government cuck, and then you got Sam over here who's the extreme, I need somebody in the middle, which I kind of am. But we need someone more educated in the middle. So you have Brian, Sam, me, and then we need another super knowledgeable guy here. You need somebody who's going to play both sides. Instead of Sam's like, yeah, he's a lizard person. And, and like, what? He's connected to Hillary Clinton, man. It's the fucking fluoride in the water. Made him crazy. And he had a penis and a vagina. And this guy, he's a lizard person. And blah, blah, blah. There's going to be more. And blah, blah, blah. It's Michelle Obama. You're like, what the fuck are we doing? We're totally off course here, man. And then Brian's like, no, people are just crazy. There's bad people in the world, Then we don't have to worry about it. And so there has to be a middle ground here. And people mad at Sean Ryan, like, how can you give this guy a platform? It's like, everybody's talking about it. It's definitely interesting, I don't think those guys would make up an email and then go viral with it. Like, I would hope not. I would fucking hope not. That'd be disgusting. But there's a lot of, I don't know the guy at all.